late. Darai, like if I were to take a guess, Darai has just hit those peaks more consistently. But with how Bagel's been doing, anything's possible.
Yeah, it's a nice little bridge between the old and the new, right? Like we started off this entire this top 8 by watching Soul Rifle and Darai, 2 players that have been playing for a bit but have hit their stride and have really become powerhouses in this past year. And then yet, the other player that seems to have hit their stride in the past 12 to so however many months has been Bagel, just consistently showing that he's got everything it takes to continue to compete and place at higher and higher levels. And it's such a fun dichotomy to watch unfold. And hopefully it'll unfold in a fun and electric way. But no, you got hit by the frog.
You got hit by the frog and you hit Felonair off stage to set that up. I mean, that's like looking like an old Bullets SD. Still managing to survive, but Darai's like, nope, I think I'm going to capitalize off of this. And for what was a close beginning, now Darai is just taking full control of his first game. And again, we've seen how important this tempo is early on. Bagel, that was so crucial, being able to get the Dacus confirmed, or Gatling, if you will.
Ooh, fighting game words.
Getting fancy with it.
We get a little spicy in there. As man, the fact that Rano's tone, like a half screen command grab, able to take away that armor, turn any survivability on its head, and push Bagel into an off stage and gone position. 2 stocks to 1 here is Darai. Bagel getting close to trying to push for an edge guard, but a nice fast one from Darai got him off the wall and back to the stage, at least for a moment.
There's people who want that command grab to, shield grab in Rivals too. Can you believe the audacity?
Yeah, go away.
Dan wanted Raster down via shield grab, so we're gonna move on from Rivals 2 and stick with the present right now. Bagel's got Darai off stage, going for broke good fair armor to keep the situation to his advantage, but Darai managing to slip back on in that back air. Ever present, ever useful, gets Bagel off really good DI in, but again, bear off the top, and game 1 goes to Darai.
It just didn't stop. There was 4 or 5 finishers in that combo that Bagel was able to DI around or find ways to avoid or armor through, and Darai just kept going, with different launchers and different ways to chase and continue to keep Bagel on the back foot.
All right, game number 2. We got Blazing. A bit more awkward for Rano to kind of, make his way up and down. But still, I mean, Darai is comfortable here. The thing is, like, landing Nair and Bear off that platform is still really good. Even though Edalus has a lot of really good tools and a lot of good survivability here on the stage. But, I mean, can you survive? Can you survive this onslaught of needles? Finally manages to make it back on after taking just like 15 needles to the face, but doesn't even matter because down to it up strong, going to close out the first stock.
Gotta keep those classics online here, Bagel. Looking for ways to get in, looking for ways to try and close down a lot of space, but not only is Rano hard to hit, he hits so hard when he gets you, but a nice tech read off of this platform. Okay, that's kind of one of the main benefits, well, another benefit off of Blazing Hideout. Not only do you get so much access to Cloud Drop, it forces a lot more tech scenarios that Bagel can get a lot of information from to turn into raw advantage.
This game could have been so bad for Bagel, but the shards from forward strong just coming off of the armor, canceling Darai's command grab means for even game number 2, just like dead close. Darai does find a back air, which puts Bagel in perfect position. It goes for the needle storm. Why not get full stacks on the Bagel? One side B will put, get another 40% on there. But no, Darai's off stage, manages to get the grab, and we see that one stock giving Darai the time to make it back on stage. Still so close.
Chase down forward air, a little bit of an overshoot, giving Bagel enough time to refresh the armor at the very least. He's hunting for a fair, lands another one, but good GI keeps Darai in the prominent position. And a tech as well. After so many stalls, the quick way to get back on afterwards, that's gonna do it though.
really good parry there. We saw Darai just like waiting for some kind of panic option, but Bagel just holds, and finally catches Darai getting a little bit impatient for it. So now this is Edalus with armor at a massively high percent. You've taken 50. This should be the stock here, but this is completely doable. Bagel just needs to convert off of this, but no, drops the tech chase. Now Bagel's the one in the bubble. Darai is in full control, gets the full needle stack as well. I mean, you got 3 of those stocks on Bagel. You're off stage. This is not looking good.
Super jump almost putting Darai in a proper position in order to chase here. Great DI out there in order to avoid the spike setup. Bagel gets a chance to chase again, or at the very least reset the full armor. Maybe not as best to go for when you're at 50.
You have to read. What's the mix? You find it forward strong. He just calls out the tech roll from Darai, and we are 1-1 here.
That armor setup almost kind of taking away a lot of momentum from Bagel there, but you got the freeze setup at the very end thanks to the low knockback from the armor. So take a little damage, but you were able to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of greed from Bagel saying, I can get this armor before you make it back to stage. Nope. Rano has a lot of off-stage horizontal mobility, and you have to account for that. Game number 3, surprising. Again, Darai going to what is traditionally a really good Edalus stage, just able to control so much, you know, with the ice on this one solid platform. But Rano is able to get consistent conversions here, and it doesn't even matter, because if you get double back air, bit of bad DI on Bagel's end, and any sort of lead that Bagel thought he had is now back to even.
This is kind of the rough spot of Endless Abyss, as you were mentioning. Like, you have to interact with the ice here. There's no way to not when it covers this much stage. But if Darai is able to establish control of the stage once again after this scramble in the corner, you do force Bagel to be a little bit more healthy with his icicle mix-ups. Else they can get parried. It's a solid combo there. Gets Darai into a very prominent position, almost getting Dacus raw from hot, like a full screen.
Oh, you gotta be careful. Yeah, you're hopping around Rano when he is the hop master, ready to call that out, down tilt into up strong. But Bagel sets up an up strong of his own, and we're dead even, but he goes up high. He has full ice across the entire stage right now. Prime position, but can you get around these needles? Yes, you can, but not able to actually get much off of the opening. These nairs are doing so much work, but Darai managed to get through Edalus forward air. They're going back and... What?
Why does this keep happening?
Huh? What? They were on top of each other going back and forth in one of the craziest scrambles we've seen in the tournament. And then Bagel was like, nah, peace, I'm out.
That's alright. I will simply try next game for no reason other than, sure.
Alright, well, game number 4, the show must go on. I mean, it's a tilter. Bagel Bagel struggled with, you know, staying positive, staying in the game, so we're going to see how much he's worked on that. We have this especially volatile stage here for game number 4. I mean, it can go really well for Edalus, but again, you can't give Rano that one opening because your stock can melt just as quickly. Good call out on the up air, managing to dunk Rano off stage.
Yeah, the faint coverage low, especially on a stage like Air Armada, naturally wanting players to consider the high recovery to the platforms and have that play that mix up. But Bagel one step ahead in the early game, looking pretty solid up until that down tilt into up strong. It's just so accessible for Darai, and it just continues to be a nice safety blanket whenever Bagel seems to get a little too comfortable.
I mean, speaking of safe moves, we've seen 3-4 back airs to get Bagel off stage. This is Air Armada, but no, Darai's able to make it all the way back from way off stage. And this is looking brutal for Bagel. You do account for the tech. Bad DI from Darai means we're, again, dead even here. One stock apiece. We can't see another SE from Bagel, to say the least, but he does manage to find an opening, yeah.
The first opening going to Bagel is certainly quite huge here. But that's Darai with an opener, double needles to continue to chip away at this recovery, but then one of them misses.
Oh no, the top platform. Okay, Bagel manages to make it back, and you see, he's trying to get these reverse fairs, get some usage of the armor there. You have Darai off stage, but Darai's able to make it to that top platform, and you gotta be careful. Down tilt up strong will do it. The up air is not, though. That's not strong enough just yet, but one more of those certainly will. You have to touch the stage. Goes for it all with the down B, but Darai waits it out, gets that back air. Old Faithful coming in clutch as he closes it out. 3-1. No game 5s yet.